What's up, guys?
Hey.
Green to Green crew here. Mr. Dick Liberty, Mr. Chris Green.
What up?
What up, man?
What's going on?
So, how was your holiday, man? How was your holiday?
My holiday has been awesome, by the way. I got a lot of cool stuff. Got some new dishes.
Got new dishes?
Got new dishes. Spent some good time with the family.
Right.
Natalia, do not bark. I know you're about to. I can hear it.
She's okay. She's okay.
Excuse me, all. My dogs are going to be walking around a little bit. We're at my crib.
What's up, Adam? What's up, Lewis? Thanks for joining us. Hey.
Holiday was great. Had really good time. Let me see. My brother came down. I don't see him normally. And there it is.
Don't mind the pups. They're keeping us safe.
Yeah. And
so how was the visit with your family? You said you don't see your brother normally?
I don't see him a lot. It was really good.
That's
because,
good.
Like I said, I don't see him a lot, and it's nice to catch up with him and tell him, what's going on. Because he really didn't know what's going on with Green to Green or, anything with Dick Liberty. So it was nice to say, hey, look, man, I'm really trying to give back to the veteran community.
Right.
So, that's what we're doing.
Well, cool, man. We had a pretty good weekend, or holiday. I refer to it as a weekend. That's horrible. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man?
Hey.
Adam Brown, I'm glad you had a good trip. Glad to see you're back. I was going to wait till after this night's show to reach out to you. I had a lot of stuff going on over the holidays, man, and I know for me personally, some of the holiday times can be some of the most challenging times.
Yeah, it can sometimes be rough because... not everybody realizes that, sometimes, the holidays are great, and, for a lot of people, it's a family time coming together.
Right.
It just sometimes reminds select veterans or select people.
What's up, Daniel?
That doesn't have to be a veteran.
Yeah.
That, certain people aren't around, or that's, certain things happen, and, it really beat yourself up. I can understand it's sometimes a rough time.
Yeah, it is a rough time, especially, I'm glad you highlighted that for guys like me, and even Lewis is commenting now. It's been a straight struggle for him personally.
Yeah.
Welcome, Daniel.
Hey,
I've always been deployed during holiday times and birthday times and all that stuff. So, when you're deployed and you're doing your job, you don't really think about the holidays. And then when you come back and you're still in your transition process, or even when you've been 5 years, 10 years transition, those holiday things go on, like 4th of July and New Year's. You have the fireworks going off, you have all this stuff going on, and the people everywhere. And the only thing you're thinking about is everything that's been going on in your head that nobody else can actually relate to.
Exactly. Like I remember the Christmas church service we went to. I was sitting there in the middle of the service, like you would normally think like everybody's singing, having a good time, talking about baby Jesus, but no, all I could think of the entire time was how it reminded me of the chapel from where I was stationed. And one of the few times that I was in that chapel was memorial service. So I wasn't mentally even at that church service the whole time.
Right.
And I can remember, leaving, and it was like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of this place. I know it's not where in my head I was.
Right.
But I still want to get out of there. I'm like, I need some fresh air, man. I want to get out of here.
And especially when the people are crowded around behind you and everything like that.
Yeah.
I have tics like that too, even on the way here tonight. Coming here tonight for the show, we're driving, we're parked at the light, right? Mm-hmm. And, this bass is just jumping. There's something about the vibration and the power that this guy had and shit that it was making me feel like I was being concussed, and it started triggering me, man. And I was like, dude, I want to get out and fucking punch this guy in his goddamn face, this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. No, I understand that feeling. I feel that same way, like when I'm driving down the road,
right.
And I'm sure everybody that's watching and everybody that's listening right now can agree, if you get up on my ass, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to be like, what are you doing, dude? And it may not even be anything. I don't know what they're doing. They could have an emergency or something. They're just trying to get me to move so they can go to the hospital or something. But me...
You're thinking about a fucking V-bid coming at you or some... Yeah.
Exactly.
I know what you mean. I'm going live. I'm live on 2 spots right now. What's up,
nice.
Carl? What's up, Kristopher and Linda? If you guys want to join everybody else in the main conversation, we're live on the Green to Green page too. Glad to see you, Indiana Grandma.
Yeah. Chris,
Michael, welcome.
Don't feel bad, man. I understand. You know, like I said before, you know, family comes first no matter what.
Yeah, so you got to take care of yourself and family, or you can't take care of anybody else. And I'm so glad to see people are starting to come in now. So again, I want to say welcome to Adam, to Luis, to Daniel, to Jonathan, to everybody who's watching us, to Chris, to Larry, to Eric, to Carl, to Indiana Grandma. Tonight on Green to Green and veterans issues as they relate to cannabis and medical marijuana, we are going to be talking about suicide awareness and how I've personally benefited from it. Mr. Chris Green over here has personally benefited from it, and what it means to be a bud. A bud.
What does it mean? Like when I was in the Army, I always made fun of like the whole, battle buddy. I'm sure everybody out there that's in the Army, whether you're an NCO or anything, you always made fun of the battle buddy thing just because of the battle buddy word. It's hilarious.
It is kind of funny.
But then when you think about it, is there something wrong with going out in pairs? What if somebody jumps you? What if it's 5 guys and it's you? Better chances if you have somebody's with you. Right. So it's just like transitioning out of the Army, You got to go.
Clyde? Good to see
you. They're still there.
What's up,
and
Ray?
You still need to look after them,
Yeah, definitely. And, the other part about the holidays, too, that you find is your suicide rate, especially among service members, seems to be higher around the time of holidays and times that they may have been deployed. Like, I found myself personally, I go through cycles, man. It's kind of like I'll go through certain extents where I'm up at fucking 2 o'clock every morning. Goddamn, doesn't matter. Fucking, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sweeping my house. I don't even know why the fuck I'm up. And then I can't sleep.
It's
and then
2 o'clock in the morning.
You know what I mean? Then I'm on some weird nap schedule in the middle of the day, and then I'm waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and shit is just crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I can see how that stuff leads to suicide, man. And I know you wanted to bring up suicide. Hey guys, thanks everybody for joining us.
No, we're definitely bringing it up. I mean, like when you're dealing with all that, I'm sure, if after doing it day in and day out, years and years, it can definitely put a toll on you, and definitely put a toll on like people around you, which can put a toll on you.
Right.
I know. I'm not a perfect person, and I know.
I am far from fucking perfect, bro. Trust me.
I agree. but
What's up, Heather?
I feel. I feel.
What's up, Jan?
I feel bad. If y'all haven't noticed, I got a hand here. I'll admit I did this in my stupidity.
How did you do that, man?
I was having a. I'll just. It's like just an anger moment, like where you can't control it. I'm sure you people out there, when you get mad, if you have like anxiety, PTSD,
right,
anything, it's kind of hard to like bring it back down when it's gotten to that point of like
you've been triggered so hard.
Yeah, logic isn't working, reason isn't working.
Yes,
you're now in the
Callahan?
point
Good to see you guys.
like that fight or flight. So, like for me, it was like fighting my way out, and a picture on my wall, unfortunately, was.
Wait. Let me. Can I touch on that? Because you're saying fighting my way out.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of relate this to some of our non-veteran brothers and sisters and to other people who may not know they have PTSD or actually have PTSD, but it's not military related. When he makes a statement to me or to you guys, he's got to fight his way out. Like some of the mental battles you have and the times that you have them from your triggers, you are literally, you don't see anything outside of your head. You are literally in that combat moment, in that zone at that time where you are going crazy.
Yeah.
So you do get angry. You do get pissed. I can vouch for that, man. I do it myself. I get pretty fucking nasty savage for real.
And
thanks for joining us from Orlando, Amy. And I want to tell, we're doing 2 broadcasts right now just so everybody's aware. Oh my God, I love this. Kristopher, it's okay. Don't worry about not being here. Lewis, I'm glad you prefer to have battle buddies, and it's a good thing. And your service dogs are battle buddies. That's right. I mean, they can keep you calm and safe.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason I have 3 dogs.
We're live on Green to Green too, by the way. Okay. Sorry, I'm talking to both of them.
Oh, okay. I was like,
don't mean to interrupt you.
I'm like, yeah, we are live on Green to Green. I know. but there's so many times where my dog is picked up on like, I'm starting to get antsy, or like I'm getting, I'm just doing body motions.
Right.
My dogs don't like it, and they'll like.
They can tell. They come up to you.
Yeah.
They kind of get on you and put you down. And hey, I'm seeing some of these locations pop up. And the reason, like, we're talking about suicide awareness, right? I just looked at a story. It was released. I think I found it in Stars and Stripes, where the latest consensus on suicide among the veteran population for 2018 is 16.8. I know everybody says 22, and I'm glad it's not being reported as 22 right now, that it seems to have gone down. I don't think the actual number has gone down that much, because something that the VA decided to break it down in this study this time was they showed the members who were active service members and the members who were veteran service members. So you had 16.8 in the veteran community that killed themselves percent, and then you had not percent, but, and 1 point. What was the other one? 3.8. The other one was like 3.7 or 3.8% that killed themselves. So those were active duty service members. Those are the ones you don't hear about, and there's a lot of veterans you don't hear about. And during times like the holidays, like we said, because of the patterns, and they kind of, I think in my experience, it's followed my deployment cycles and my level of activity.
Lewis,
cycles.
I'm glad to hear that somebody was there.
What happened with Lewis?
He says he had an episode today.
Oh,
somebody
okay.
was there to try and help him. It's good to hear that.
Yeah, it is
again,
good to hear.
You got battle buddies there that, or somebody there to keep
and
you
see,
calm.
that's really awesome to hear, because Adam Brown just came back from vacation 2 days ago.
That is awesome.
You know what I mean? He hit me up yesterday. I can't wait to talk to him, and I'm glad he's being about him. This is a perfect example of what a bud is, what Green to Green is about, what Buds for Vets is about, what just being a good fucking person is about, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like looking out for one another, stepping in, getting off your ass and actually helping. And I guess not walking away when it gets too tough sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why was this suicide topic so important to you?
Well, because,
Mr. Green.
like I said, in another episode, or a long time ago, the whole reason that I'm out of the military is because I started having suicidal ideations. And
so you've dealt with this firsthand.
I've dealt with it, and
Welcome,
honestly,
Rebecca.
I still deal with it to today. It's like an ongoing battle. Unfortunately, as much as I try to keep my demons at bay, they can come out. And then when it's at that point to where it's like at the surface,
right.
And you see it, and you're able then and you're able to push it away. That's when you're almost angry at yourself that it happened, and you don't.
Why do you get mad at yourself?
Because it's like almost like I've done so much,
right,
to not be like that, to get away from those thoughts, to try and be a better person. That when it does happen, I'm mad at myself for not being, not being stronger, or not taking the correct steps.
So how hard, what do you think is one of the things that leads to suicide or suicidal ideation? Do you think I know it's a sense of isolation, but do you think communication has anything to do with that, man?
Well, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if I have nobody to talk to about it, that's...
Hi, Christina.
That's gonna, have an issue.
Right.
I mean, I could go to a therapist all day. It's gonna
What's
be...
up, Ron?
Lewis, I don't even
Why
know
do you
what
feel
you
guilty,
feel
man? What do you feel guilty about, Lewis?
But here's the thing I'm trying to say, though, y'all. It's different, like me and Dick here talking,
right?
Having a powwow somewhere, or my wife understands it, than me having a talk with her. It's totally different, because some of the things that I deal with, she doesn't deal with, but some of the things I deal with, you've dealt with,
right,
and are dealing with, and ways to combat some of that stuff. And I learned from that, and you learned from me too at the same time. So, it's just it's different,
It is different, and I think the communication, in my opinion, is key in this, because I can't communicate, just like you're saying, I can't communicate the same. My mouth is dry. I had to medicate before I could come and communicate here tonight with you guys. Amanda, before I answer that and get to it, Lewis, I want to tell you, don't feel guilty.
Yeah,
because, he says, I've found ways to combat it, but I've also found the ways that I suck at it. All right? We all go through that. And I know we all feel guilty, and it's easier for me to say not to feel guilty because I feel guilty about it too. Because there's a part of me that feels like I'm taking away and stripping from my family because I'm putting this excess burden and all this shit in and on my family. So and I can't communicate it because it's not always received the right way. I don't know the language to express it effectively to where
it sometimes it takes years, man. It's really hard.
Well, and I want to address Amanda's thing too.
Yeah.
Amanda's asking, what about the vets who get out and they are fine? Then years later it surfaces. My husband's didn't come out till 3 years later. 24 years in the military and thrown into civilian life is hard in itself.
Oh, it is. No, definitely. When I went from the military to civilian life, I can remember, thinking this will never work. And come to find out,
hey Stephen,
I actually joined
Pamela.
The construction.
We're live on 2 different platforms right now. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I joined a construction field, which kind of worked, but then because I was having and I'll say this live on air, because I was having so many VA appointments, because I'm a 90% service-connected veteran, I have appointments I have to go to for certain things. They wrote me up for it, and then I ended up leaving the job because of all the drama between that situation.
Right.
But it's hard. No,
so they wrote you up for missing
work. I didn't miss work. I made it.
You didn't miss it. You informed them just like you would if you were in the military.
I informed them like I would, but here's the kicker. I also, if I was leaving early, I stayed late throughout the week to make up the missed hours.
Hey, I'm glad you're bringing this up, Lewis. How I treated my family and way things happened overseas, and also flipping out and not knowing why. It's a crazy cycle. You are 100% correct. It is a crazy cycle. Some of the people and friends I talk to refer to it as like a boot loop cycle. I feel that way too. Like, Kristopher Carl feels the same way. And Daniel, you struggled. You still struggle. I got home from 12 months in Helmand Province, Afghanistan, and 3 months after returning home, I was out. No way of coming off the high of war. I am getting a little bit better with things, but still struggle. And man, that really fucking hits home. I know what you mean there. What was your question? I'm sorry. If I get quieter,
it's okay. I'm reading the things. Yeah. I'm reading the comments right now.
Right.
Just so I can understand what we're talking about. Daniel, you're right, man. Hey, dude. I'm sure in the comments somewhere it says where you're at. Make sure you.
What's up, Ford?
Make sure you have somebody near you. Have somebody that's willing, that can. You're the video. Oh, there it is. It's back. It was gone. It came back.
Okay.
Always have somebody there. Like I said, I'm lucky to have met Dick here, and been able to talk to him, because, like I said, going to a therapist, it's not the same.
It's not, man, because you got some fucking college grad millennial fucking punk who all he knows how to check the box. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because not all the VA doctors are this way. Not all doctors are this way, but I knew during transition, you already fucking feel like you're being profiled. You already feel like
oh yeah, especially
you feel like you're walking into the gauntlet.
Out. Oh my god, I getting medically retired out. Listen, y'all, I was put in a post office for 9 months, which was cool. I get it. I kind of feel like that was protection, but like it almost also made me feel disattached, because I didn't hear from my troop at all.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? I didn't know it was Aaron watching on the
And they knew I was getting out. They knew I was getting medically discharged or retired. They knew, okay, they just put me somewhere where I wouldn't get messed with, but at the same time, it was like I felt alone.
Did it feel like the beginning and the beginning of isolation camp? And like you didn't realize, you're like, because this is here's how I felt. Mm-hmm. And you're right, Stephen. No one wants to chat with a therapist. I know that the transition, you said, it's very hard. It's very hard on everybody. What's up, William? How you doing? How you doing, Gina? We're getting a lot of people on both sides. I love it. This is fucking awesome.
Definitely,
because
it's what we need.
We need this. And
here in a bit, Chris said he wants to call in.
Okay.
So
have him call your number because I'm running 2 different lines.
Yeah, I can grab him.
But the transition in the language, you feel like you're getting judged, and you're like, oh yes, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna be on the couch, I'm gonna get paid, I did my service, I did my time, I'm fucking good. You get home, you're happy with your family for 2 weeks, and then everybody's back to work, and you're sitting on your couch, and you're taking your meds, and then you're playing your games, and then you're like, I want to fucking blow my brains out because there ain't fucking shit to do, and I can't do shit because it's goddamn fucking medicine. Yeah. And I got nobody to talk to. I'm alone. I'm sweating. I'm having nightmares. What the fuck's the point? What do I do?
It's rough, man. Got to reach out sometimes. That's like we said, it's good to have buddies.
If anybody wants to, like,
you know what? I'm just gonna do this.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna get the
Chris
calls.
is gonna call me.
And when you get stagnant, that's when you get into bad space in your head. You're right, fucking Steven. Your headspace and timing gets way fucked up. You done melted the barrel. You ain't got a replacement barrel. You ain't got a headspace and timing gauge, and you're fucking spraying and praying because you're angry. You don't know what to do. You feel isolated. You create shit to do. I'm not gonna lie. Dick Liberty and Green to Green was all born from me in that isolated spot, losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah, no,
straight
seriously.
up. Like straight the fuck up.
Like Green to Green was created through a conversation we had walking on the beach.
We got a call coming in.
Hey, what's up, dude? Let me put you on speakerphone.
And you're right, dude. You feel 100% everything you were feeling. I have to still do. Yes, I battle with it every day, man. Lewis battles with it every day. We got chemical stuff that got put all on us. Hey, we got a caller. This is Chris Carl. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey guys, what's up? Just calling to say hi. I've noticed a lot of people reaching out just on the Green to Green post there, saying, when you first get out, it's the roughest point, and so on and so forth. And there really does need to be a better transition support.
Yeah.
And after doing some studying, it seems that most of the veteran suicides are coming within a year of being transitioned out of the military.
I think, what is it, by like the 7th, 8th month mark, that's like the popular spot?
Yep.
For your suicide booking?
Right. And it's because there is such, I was at a camp out this last weekend and somebody said it perfectly.
Okay.
You are in a complete culture shock when they pull you out of the military. Your entire way of living is now wrong.
Yeah.
You cannot respond to civilians like you would a military person.
Oh no, I tried that and I believe it got me fired from my job.
Right. Exactly. And, it gets to the point where you try and get a job and you can't stand what we see as slow-moving idiots.
Yeah, and you're right. And Steven, he's watching on the Dick Liberty page because we're live on both pages right now. He makes a really good point. He's like, that's because you get used to hanging out with your brothers. You get used to speaking a language.
Yep.
You understand what it takes to get shit done, and you can operate as an individual and as a team. You don't have to have both all the time.
No.
I said slow-moving idiots. I don't mean civilians are all slow-moving idiots, but when you first get out of the military,
it definitely feels like it.
Work until you get it done. Deal.
Aaron, after Chris, you're gonna call Chris's phone. Sorry about that.
Do it.
No, go ahead, Chris.
You get like 2-3 weeks of classes maybe for transitioning to civilian life if you're lucky.
Yeah, and all those classes, they have nothing to do with the transition other than here's the paperwork to cover my ass so you can't come back and try and sue me later. Yeah. It ain't about, it's a good front, but fuck off.
I can remember going through and, the Soldier for Life, as what is it? TAPSF.
You got to do this STAP or TAPS fucking TAPS program class. Online. You got to sit on a computer for 6 hours a goddamn day doing stupid shit
in front of them, and they tell you how to do your finances, and they're like, look, you can go to a college and you can do this, but it's different, you know. There's not like a whole bunch of like military guys that you can just like, if you're having a real bad day, you can just go talk to somebody and joke about some really twisted stuff, but it's only twisted because it's coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism to you, and everybody looks like you got a fucking dick on your forehead.
I mean,
and I gotta say that I felt like that all the way up until I got into the group of Punks for Vets. Once I got into that group, I found more guys and more people that thought like me and felt like me and were used to that lifestyle.
Right.
And I feel like if there was more groups like this, or this group got bigger, we could really reach out to the right amount of people, to the guys that are really struggling with trying to figure out how to live this life.
Yeah, dude, you're hitting it right on the head. I gotta address some of these comments here because it's fucking insane, man. We've got Jonathan. He's been out since 2012, still having very little civilian interaction. We have Michael. He's a doctor's degree, can't hold a job for more than a few months. Not because he's not smart, not because he's not capable, but because of that civilian interaction.
Yeah.
Adam Brown, I love what you're saying right here, that you want to start a transition retreat. We grab the folks right now out of the military. We put them in Mother Nature. We introduce them to the healing power of the herb and the family like this. That is a great idea. I love that. Then you have people who, you know, like Lewis, he got handed a flag in a box, no ceremony, no nothing. It's insane, and I want to see what's
you feel like
that's why I always tell my guys, find your local Legion, local VFW, and go chat with brothers. And Steven, you know, he's like, go find the local VFW, go find the local Legion, go find chat with brothers. And that's good.
I joined to the VFW right here on the corner.
I became part of the VFW too, and I became an AMVET. But there's like it's a different level of, it's the same level of understanding, but it's different errors. I don't know. So like
it's different because you go there and you don't know what you're expecting, and you see all these guys who are like really, like, no offense to all you VFW and vet DAV guys, the majority there though is like a bunch of old dudes that are from Vietnam. Not to say the trauma's the same, but we can't really
different.
We can't relate. You know, they're two different battles. You know, you guys have.
So I just looked something up real quick, and I want to put this out there, and I'm going to jump off the line so other people can call in.
Okay.
Within the first year of getting out of the military, whether it is voluntary or not,
okay,
the percentage of suicides within the first year is 38%.
That's insane.
That is too high.
Right. Now, what's even more insane is veterans become addicted to harder drugs like heroin, meth, anything.
Yes, we know this.
It's 68% within the first year.
68%. Can you cite your source real quick? Because we like to be professional and biased at the same time that we medicate.
See, that's the whole point behind.
This is from the VA's website itself.
Okay. 68% addicted to opiates in the first year. And you know what? You know what's really fucked up? 90% of the time, the doctors blame the patients, but they're the ones stuffing the fucking pills down their throat. What did they expect to happen?
It's because they haven't embraced medical marijuana.
Mm-hmm. And that's here at what Green to Green is what we're trying to do is make it a transition for veterans to know that, hey, this is an option.
Yeah.
Hey man, I met a veteran today, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was we were at the Walmart grocery store over there on Clyde Morris. Clyde Morris. Bubba, shut up. And I saw a veteran, and I said, hey man, I gave him a card. I said, hey dude, check us out.
Right.
We're just trying to help veterans out by introducing them to cannabis. And he said, you know, the whole like, you know, I can't
Thanks
do
for
that.
the shirt comment.
He's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, why not? And he goes, I'll lose my benefits. I said, no, you won't.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I will. I'm like, no, you won't.
That's a big misconception.
He said, that's not what I was told. And it's not the first time I've heard it. And here's the problem. I feel like...
The rules actually just posted something the other day on the Buds and Vets site about that. It was on the Vets website. I'm sorry, somebody posted it, but that is a very common misconception that you will lose your benefits. You will not lose your benefits if you carry a medical card.
Exactly.
That is correct. You will not.
If you are tested positive and you do not have your medical card, yes, you will lose your benefits.
I'm gonna have to double check that one, man. I mean, I didn't think that they could take it away from you or lose your benefits just for smoking green, but if you didn't have your card.
Only if you're.
I thought it was only if you got caught in the commitments of a crime or something.
Not anything else. You can lose your medical benefits. They will no longer give you prescription medications from the VA.
That's good to know. That is very good to know. And thank you for that, Chris.
All right, guys. I'm jumping off here, all right?
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks for calling in. I want to go back, touch some of these comments real quick for Daniel. The different errors are hard to cross lines with, though. And you are correct. It's and we're not saying that because we're trying to badmouth the VFW and the AMVETs they're awesome, but they do have bars, and we know, and I know that drinking alcohol is a big problem for veterans.
Yeah, and I'm not scared to admit it. I was down in a bottle a night. It was easy. And down a bottle, go for a 5-mile run, sweat it out, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, didn't you do that before every PT session?
Yeah, whatever. And
What's up, Dolores?
It's just like, I've worked so hard to like get away from that lifestyle, by smoking cannabis.
Right.
That it was one of the agreements I said to my wife, I said, hey, if it's cool with getting the medical cannabis card, I'll quit drinking,
Yeah.
And she said, yeah.
And it actually helps. A lot of people don't know this, but if you smoke cannabis or consume CBD, it actually helps deter your drinking appetite, so to speak.
Really?
And it helps your liver handle the drinking better. I'm not telling you that so you can smoke and drink your brains out.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that, but it does, the way that it interacts with the liver peptides and the processing, like CBD actually competes with a lot of different medications.
Yeah.
As inhibitors or enhances medications and does things better for, like chemo and stuff like that. I wanted to say, though, too, we got people, Lewis, he said he was doing crack because he couldn't get enough pills straight up. And that's because I'm sure they just gave you whatever you wanted at a point in time. We got another caller.
Aaron's calling up.
We got Aaron calling in.
Hey,
what's up, Aaron?
Anyhow.
And it ended. Oh my
Get
God!
out of here. Come on, man.
The service dog is trying to service himself.
Yeah, I know it's your birthday, dude, but come on, put the red rocket away, bro.
Horrible.
Put it away.
And then he got kicked out, and Lewis also got kicked out of the PTSD program at Southside VA Hospital here in Jacksonville. Then we had another one. Michael Endicott said that he has been tested positive several times and has not lost any of his benefits. And we have Steven over with Dig Liberty, who said his daughter has ADD and CBD oil has made a huge impact on her behavior.
Aaron's calling back.
Versus when she took her meds and made it violent.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Fully supports cannabis. Love you. Hey, what's up, Aaron? How are you? What you got tonight? We're talking about suicide and drugs and VA.
Yes, I know. It's so sad that it's that big of a part of all. It's my true goals.
Is what?
Can you repeat that again, buddy?
The wrong Chris. Did I call the wrong Chris?
No, you're good. We're trying. What you call for, man? You're on the air right now.
Wow, there's that big of a delay.
Hold on.
Yeah, there. We'll handle that. Get back to the comments real quick.
Hey, you all right? Buddy?
I'm glad to know that you haven't lost any of your benefits.
You called me.
I too have tested positive before, and I haven't lost my benefits.
It was just you
not
sounded
gonna lose my benefits.
like all like.
Truth,
like
weed
messed
numbs
up
the
over the
nerves
phone.
and can make you
Like
crave
the
alcohol.
reception
That is
isn't
true. Put it away.
Okay. Yeah, we're.
We definitely don't want. How you doing, Irv? Great to have you.
We can't hear him very well because he's on speakerphone driving.
Yeah, he's got to be off
he's
speakerphone.
on speakerphone.
Okay.
Now we're on speaker. Everybody's on speakerphone.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, everybody's on but I didn't.
All right, that's a different call. Anyway,
All right.
yeah, the
All right.
suicide, the communication, the CBD, it
Definitely.
makes
All right,
a
man,
difference.
just call me when you get back to your
And
house.
we want to help
Right.
educate those who are getting out. Like, I would love. Could you imagine being able to go to the warrior transition units, or being
And
able
just
to
sit down
and sit down and
and
give them a discussion and give them the facts on it? Like, how can we get the VA to pay for our fucking medicine? We don't.
I mean,
I don't
it's
want any other fucking drug.
It's expensive. I mean, let's think about it, VA. I don't take the trazodone anymore. I don't take the prazosin anymore. I don't take the Cymbalta anymore. Y'all were paying for that. I still got cabinets filled. In fact, I still got a refill for 2 Nabutones.
Right.
I don't want any of it. How can we get y'all to just pay for some cannabis?
Yeah.
I mean, just stipend. Maybe a monthly stipend. You know, medical stipend, extra money amount. For
Maybe
cannabis.
if the VA took a look at all the prescription we had to take in the past, and they did a bottom line calculation on how much that would cost.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you look at how much cannabis we use or medicinal marijuana we use for the month, and you just pay for that because we're saving you a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
We're saving you a lot of money.
The pills are expensive that they're paying for.
You know, I'm not saying like cannabis. I can't wait till where was it? Oregon, where they have like so much. They got
They
on
have
a pot
so
for
much
7
of it?
years. They
Yeah.
can't even get rid of it. They won't, because pharmaceutical is a multi-billion-dollar business, and it's all about the bottom line. Stephen, you are correct.
Yep.
Because I too have ADHD, and I was taking that Adderall shit. And it was great for like 3 months, and then I started getting like really mean and really like, nah, and I just like go, fuck you. And it was crazy. What hell yes, dude.
Yeah, Marie was saying that she's 18 years
W2s.
sober, and she uses CBD and medical marijuana. Yeah,
See,
that's
Maria,
really good.
that is an amazing story.
Exactly.
That is an amazing
Awesome.
story, because it shows that you've been from one disparity to a victory. You've accomplished a victory. Now we just need to take away that one potential disparity for so many people that stumble on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really proud of you. That takes a lot of work too. We'd love to have you on the show to tell your story, because I think that would be a great story.
Awesome. You can even call in right now.
Yeah.
The number. Let's put the number out real quick.
Okay, I'll let you type that in the
All
comment
right.
section, because I don't know it. I just
see
marked
how it
as
is.
Chris Green, and no. You're in the search bar. There. You were about to take us off the live feed. That would have been horrible.
That would have been bad.
Hey, Amanda, how you doing? You're right. Cannabis is, well, I'd say cannabis is key for a good amount of people.
Oregon and Washington.
There you go. The number, if you want to call in, 386-690-2310. That's 386-690-2310. We'll take your calls while we talk about this for a little bit longer. And then
What comments?
we've had a bunch saying with Adderall for Aaron. Yep, that is. How many people? How you doing, Amanda? How many people have experienced these atrocious things with Adderall and Effexor and Trazodone and the Xanax? And all
there
that
was
shit.
just a story recently about prazosin. So I was taking prazosin for nightmares that I was having. It's a high blood pressure medication
Right.
that they do use to treat nightmares. However, they just found out that it causes more suicidal ideation. It causes, like, they shouldn't be giving it out anymore. And it's like, if you don't know anything about it, like, why are you doing it? Yeah, I get it. You got to eventually find out.
Right.
But can't they just prescribe cannabis like they should?
Dude, check out this comment right here by Steven over on the Dick Liberty page. He said, my daughter took Concerta and she became violent with screaming, kicking, biting, etc. And they kept saying she will be fine, and I had enough. Gave her CBD oil. It took a week to build up in her system, and finally it's been a huge 180. Where she's sitting down now for over 30 minutes at a time without having to get up, no tantrums, no fighting, etc. Concerta is a different variation of an Adderall drug.
Jeez.
I can't. How many kids? Like, it seemed like every time you took your kid for a hot minute there, every time you took your kid to the doctor because he got 2 detentions, the doctor's like, here's Adderall, here's Ritalin. Go.
It was, you know, it's
and
just,
then all the cops, here's Adderall, here's Ritalin, go.
Drug, you know?
How you doing, Ryan? Thanks for joining us.
Ritalin, Adderall, Depakote, Dexedrine.
Seroquel, Prazolam. Seroquel, that shit sucks, Ron. I've been on that. That is like, man, that's like a fucking elephant trunk. It was for a while. And then it got to the point where it didn't faze me. And then I was like, I can't do this. This ain't cool.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I can't do. Wow.
And Kristopher Allen was on 1,000 milligrams of Seroquel, dropped it cold, and became less of a zombie and less of an asshole.
But he's still a zombie and asshole.
Sometimes, yes.
Ambien, deathly sick and insane. Man.
I'm
Lewis,
why are you afraid to come off the pills,
Lewis,
man?
I tried to wait. Hold on. He says I tried to come off of them, and he goes insane. Go up again. Real quick.
Where's it at?
It says right there. I'm still on Effexor and Seroquel,
right,
and Prazolam. Lewis, Prazolam. There's look through our Green to Green page. I've posted the story that it causes suicidal ideation, and that stuff is no good for you. And Lewis, if you need to talk to somebody about getting off the pills. If you want to get off them, you guys need to make a plan.
Yes, don't try to just do it.
Yeah, don't do it on your own because some of these pills have horrible side effects. Like, I know I'm preaching get off Prazolam, y'all, but that drug, if you just stop taking it like that, can cause a stroke pretty much because your blood pressure is going from like one to another. So talk to your doctor about it before you start just dropping medication.
Yes, please do. And to touch some of the comments here, Ryan's talking about cannabis and how it helps calm the immune system, how it helps with the muscle spasms and calms the nerves. I can attest to that, having neuropathy and muscle spasms. Xanax does fuck your liver up. Steven says he would gladly pay the hundreds for the CBD oil versus giving her Concerta that TRICARE pays for. I would concur that I would do the same thing.
I'd rather have.
I'm not glad about it.
CBD.
I'm doing it. I would do it for the same reasons that you would, but I'd be pissed that I couldn't have that alternative care option. Considering how many years we got in service, how many times we've been in combat, what kind of stuff we do. Just saying. Anyway,
don't do going off them cold. It could have. Yeah, Chris is right. It could have killed you. It's horrible on your body, and it's very stressful on your body. Adam says he was on hydrocodone.
Not just your body though, like your family.
Buciprone, Wellbutrin. Oh, Wellbutrin. I was on that once.
So
Prazolam, Trazodone.
Okay. Yeah, he's mentioning all these, and I gotta say, one of the things we're not highlighting too is the fact that this is horrible on us. It's horrible on our family.
It is.
It's horrible on our kids.
It's rough on everybody, y'all. Like honestly, I know I broke my hand, y'all, but I'm still apologizing to my wife, even though it happened like a week ago, which I should be. But I feel bad that the event took place because I wasn't able to control myself, and I had to put my wife under that pressure, that stress.
Yeah, and we have a hard enough time communicating as it is.
It is.
When you try and communicate under stress, it's 10 times fucking worse.
It's really hard. I was just yelling. I couldn't communicate when I was in that mode. It would have been better if I had just left the house, but I didn't.
It says, my bipolar acts up and I literally go into a rage for blood. Yeah, I understand that feeling. I think a lot of us understand that feeling.
Hey, Chris, it was good talking to you, man. You have yourself a good night.
Have a great night, Chris. Thank you. And like Chris says there, you can PM anybody, Lewis, and any one of us in this group, and we'll talk to you. I know it's not the same though. It's not the same like PMing somebody on the phone, or
it's totally different.
It's not the same.
Face to face, you're just conversating. It's different. Smoke the meds, increase the mania and psychosis.
Just my experience. Well, thank you for sharing that experience.
Yeah.
I know personally that certain strains help me better with different aspects of my anxiety or my triggers or my pains. Mm-hmm. I know that, indicas I'm gonna use for my nighttime. Some sativas I'm gonna use in the day. Some hybrids I'm gonna use for midday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ryan here.
For some people, I know that sativas can actually increase
the anxiety. Yep. So yeah, it does depend on the strain. It depends on a lot of things. But I'm really glad that we've had so many people contribute and talking here tonight, and share the things that they are dealing with. And
it just goes back to, you know, the original thing we wanted to point out from the show was, you know, checking on your battle, or just checking, you know, let's say check on your friends, y'all. You know, and if they aren't your friends, maybe they should be your friends, because we don't need that number to go up. We don't need that. We want the number to go down. You know, it's rough it's hard having friends after the Army, because in the Army sometimes you just went from one friend to another, so you knew, like, sometimes kind of hard to open up afterwards.
I gotta ask you a question about that. You know, with the deployments and everything out like that, do you ever find it hard to just stay in one spot and do something for
I'm always
extended period of time?
I'm always doing stuff. You know, I try to keep my brain focused on other things rather than, and I try to do productive things. You know, like
right.
You know, like looking up articles that'll benefit Green to Green, or doing stuff around the house, or even just going to hang out with you. You know, I'm just like, hey.
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes it's good to just have a session.
Sometimes you just got to hang out with your friends, you know.
And not to ignore anybody on the Dick Delivery page, Ryan, yes, I know that antidepressant was hard on your family. You've talked about it. It's been hard on you, and sometimes we do have to have someone who cares enough to point us in the right direction. Yeah. And on that piece of advice, I think that's a good place to close.
Definitely.
That's why it's good to have a bud.
I smoke medical marijuana.
That's why it's good to have friends. It's why it's good to sit down and have a sesh. And sometimes it's good just to smile at somebody and have someone who can call you on some shit, even if you don't like it, so they keep you in the right direction.
Yeah, you've called me on quite a few things.
Yeah, I get called on it.
Yep.
I call people on it. We all get called on it, and we should.
We shouldn't be doing this whole, you know, just saying. If I had my wife tell me what I wanted to hear, oh my God, it'd be horrible.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
That would be like the worst ever. Like I'm married to a zombie robot. Like, say what I want. Like, okay. Like,
Stepford Wives only makes a good movie, guys. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I want to say thank you guys for being here tonight. We hope we've able to help and address any concerns, anything like that. If you guys want to give us a specific topic to talk about, please private message us. If you want to
if you want some of these pens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys want some of these pens right here?
Yeah.
The how many we got?
Dude, I've got like, I don't know, I think I got at least 25. At least 20.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
We've got a bunch.
Whoever we're gonna take a submission of the best bud to bud story we can get. Like every day, whoever submits the top, I did this to help one of my brothers.
Yeah.
It's got to be bona fide and legitimate, but I did this to help one of my brothers. Will get a Green to Green button.
Hell yeah.
All right. So,
definitely.
Yeah, let's see those posts. Let's encourage our brotherhood virtually, since that seems to be the way to get stuff done quickly around here.
Thanks, Adam. Really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for the compliments. We love you. We mean it. No homo. You guys have a great night. Yes, we got stickers coming.
We're working on
stickers, trust me.
Definitely an idea.
And, well, maybe we can bring the next sesh outside and have a sesh while we have our sesh. Who knows?
Hey, there you go. That'd be fun.
All right, guys. You have a great night. We love you. We mean it. And we'll catch you on the flip. Peace.
Later.